Unit 1.1 Where the Mind is Without Fear by Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore, 1861 to 1941, was the author of Gitanjali and its profoundly sensitive, fresh and beautiful verse. This means poetry with a deep meaning. He became the first non-European to win the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1913. This poem is one of his vastly read and discussed poems. It was originally composed in Bengali, and later he himself translated it into English. This poem is from Nobel Prize-winning anthology, meaning a collection, Gitanjali. Tagore lived during the time when India was ruled by the British. In this poem, besides political freedom from British, Tagore also appeals to God for social, educational, and economic freedom for the people of India. Introduction. The poem Where the Mind is Without Fear was written when India was under British rule, and people were eagerly waiting for freedom after years of suppression and fear. It is a prayer to the Almighty for true freedom for His country. Module 1. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free. Meanings. Knowledge is free. Here it means that every person is free to attain knowledge. Explanation. In the first line, the poet prays that his countrymen should be free from the fear of oppression, from the foreign rule, and they should walk with respect. He strongly believes that education should not be available to only a particular class, caste, or gender. The poet wishes that everyone has the right to and freedom to attain education. Module 2. Where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth. Meanings. Fragments, pieces. Domestic walls, the superstitions, or narrow-mindedness. Explanation. Here the poet extends his prayer to the world and says that there should be no division among people because of narrow-mindedness and differences due to caste, creed, or religions. Tagore also prays for a nation where people are honest. Module 3. Where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit. Meanings. Tireless striving, never-ending efforts or hard work. Reason, logical or rational thinking. Dreary, dull. Dead habit, old meaningless traditions. Explanation. The poet further wants everyone to work hard and reach their goals and achieve perfection in whatever they do. He says people should not be lazy. In the next lines, the poet has compared logical thinking to a clear stream. Rational thinking and clarity in thought helps in progress and growth of an individual and a nation collectively. The evil and negative thoughts and the old and superstitious beliefs can only be washed away by such clean and pure ideas. Thus the poet compares such clear thoughts to a clear stream, which washes away all the silt as it flows. Dead habit means meaningless traditions. Such old customs are compared to dull desert sand. These futile traditions shouldn't let our sense of rationality and logic wither away. We must avoid being ruled by old blind customs and traditions which are baseless. Module 4. Where the mind is led forward by Thee, into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Meanings. Thee, Old English or archaic word meaning you. Explanation. Finally, the poet wishes his countrymen to be broad-minded. He wants them to have progressive thoughts and do something extraordinary. In the last line, the poet addresses God as Father and asks him to lead his country to a heaven of freedom, with all the positive changes mentioned throughout the poem.